So when I built the castle, I had a concept for this building. This is the apartments for Lavassman's kingdom's residents, and I've turned that concept into a reality. Although technically, is this a reality? Because it's on an island in the middle of space, and we have ultra scientific advanced technologies. I mean, we have a barrier on the outside of our island that activates as a shield, and then it transports everything that hits the outside of the walls and then feeds it to the core for power. So what seems to be purple stained glass on the outside of the wall is really a generator for the outside of the island. It creates a force field on the outside of the wall and molecular transports the molecules and the atoms or whatever. I don't know. I'm not Deegan Johnson. I'm not the scientist of this island. I'm not saying that as in Deegan Johnson is the only scientist on this island. I'm saying that Deegan Johnson is the head of science. Also, the Department of Science facility is now complete. It's where Hotel Craftifornia was. I probably should have shown you that. Oh, good God. I probably should have shown you that while I was up there, but I forgot, so. I'm still working on like a feeding system to where the stuff gets molecular transported. And I think having this much lava flow down from the heart of the core plus the top of the core is alright. I mean, it doesn't need to have a whole lot of lava because it's constantly pumping. You can't see it pulsating because Minecraft doesn't allow glowstone to pulsate. But glowstone is the main heating component of this island. That's why glowstone is all the way down here, surrounding all the walls. That and it produces light. So if you see glowstone on the island that has trap doors on it, it's usually like a heat conductor. So, where's a big one? So these produce heat, but the trap doors have little glass panels in them that filter out the heat, so it's not extreme. Also, the glowstone produces radiation, and we have residents of planet Earth on this island, so they are not immune to radiation like evOke and I are. So we have to filter out some of the radiation. There isn't some there, and that's because I forgot. But this is the Department of Science. Right now, it's basically just a skeleton. It's also been raining for 9 straight days on the island. Deegan is trying to figure out why. That's an episode to come. So what was once Hotel Craftifornia is now the Department of Science, which is underneath Airsville, which is not yet complete, but will be sometime in the future. And these are also filtered throughout the heat and radiation. Those are basically just for radiation. It doesn't need to filter out heat to up there. Same with the ones on the core. Or not the core. Good. How did I confuse that with that? The Guardian Tower, or Recon Tower Mark III. I am very happy with the way this turned out. This tower was built 2 years ago, and it was under construction for 2 years. I finally completed it. What the heck? I screwed up. Hold on. I saved a screenshot? How did I do that? So I made a pattern with the roof. I really like how that turned out, too. I really like how this island is turning out. And I say turning because it's nowhere near done. I don't know if I should really show off the Department of Science yet, because, well, this actually hasn't changed. It's the restroom to the hotel. I didn't get rid of it because I didn't see a need to, although I should put a little hook here for the little faucet to add depth. This is also the Inferno Ash flag that I created for Inferno Ash, although this isn't Inferno Ash. Inferno Ash is over... which direction is that? So north is Inferno Ash. Okay, I just need to stop that rain. That's not the... nope. The constant rain is going to be another form, or another part of the storyline for Junior's Empire. But I cannot stand that sound anymore. It's been on the entire time I built this building, and I fixed the Recon Tower so it's a bit thicker. I mean, the stairs are. The tower isn't thicker. That's the same width. But there's an art wall, and then up here... oh, I was talking about Inferno Ash. So, Deegan Johnson is part of Inferno Ash. He was grown up and raised there. So, he is the owner of this building, and he thought there would be a nice tribute to put in flags of Inferno Ash into his building. Also, because they look cool. So this is like the main headquarters for the Department of Science. We have a bunch of sinks, so if you get some type of like Raxaminium Crypcepulus on you, you're screwed. But if you get some other type of acidic acid, toxic acid on your hand, you can wash it off, and hopefully you won't die. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, they added sounds to the beacon. I was like, what the heck is that sound? We have an observer block with a daylight sensor. I don't know why. This is supposed to represent a trash can, I think. And then that's ice. It does. Oh no, that's water. Oh, that's water. that was ice before. Now it's water. I did not know you could place a beacon underwater. Okay, I'm not sure why that melted unless the beacon produces heat. And here, these are hearts of the sea. I don't know what those are used for. And then we have nether brick quartz thing, and some redstone blocks. And then we have the, oh my gosh, the dog scared me. We have sea lanterns, which aren't called sea lanterns on this world, or in this world, in this dimension, because those are like a more purified version of the glowstone. They don't produce any radiation, but they also do not produce nearly as much heat. There's also this. That was supposed to be on for the other side of the wall, but then it looked really stupid having HSA on this side, so I made it on both sides. I really like the design. What was I talking about? I love that you can see the kingdom down there. Oh, I want to go talk about the drop down, the place where you fall when you get hung in Inferno Ash. I guess technically it's hanged for people. So Ryan put in magma blocks and whatever that is. It's like nether brick, but more vibrant. That produces an unbearable amount of heat. So while you're falling, you think it's like, oh, that's going to be over quickly. And then about a second before you hit the bottom, you get incinerated. Like I said, we're not warmongers. We're not trying to kill everyone on the island. Just if you get hanged, whatever, we assure you that you're going to die. Although if an Infernian betrays us, like Quinn did, or we call him Mr. Quinn because saying Quinn sounds really stupid, we couldn't hang him here. So what happens to them is they get sentenced to prison for the rest of their life. We also have a lot of people in the prison. Where is the prison? It's up. Whoa, hi. Before I do that, I want to go show you the apartments. So there's apartments 150 through 158, I think. I did not mean for it to represent a lodge. This looks a lot like a lodge that you would see in the Himalayas, I think. I've never been there. So the apartments are not very big on the bottom, but on the top they're much bigger than that. So those are all identical rooms up until 155, which that was not intentional to make them 155 through 150 or vice versa. I made 155 first and then I went down. I had no idea that there was 5 apartments there. So back here we're going to have some storage and other things. I don't know what you put underneath staircases. So apartments 156 through 158 are not identical. They are bigger. I believe they're all the same. No, they're not. Wait, did I not put a balcony on 150? I did not put a balcony here because you can't. So either you have a balcony or you have a window. So I guess 156 loses out on the balcony. Okay, yeah, 158 is way bigger. And that's because if I cut it off again, then this little stall right here would be an apartment, and then there'd just be a wall there. I don't want that. So in here, there's not going to be like one person living in here, and then there's going to be one person living down in those. Those are for one person. These are meant for more than one person. So they're bigger, but that's not saying like, oh, I have more wealth than you, I have more power, I can have a bigger apartment than you. Lavassman has stated that he does not want any discrimination in his kingdom at all. That's why there's a wall around it. He doesn't, well, that doesn't make any sense why there'd be a wall around it if he doesn't want any discrimination. But he wants everybody to be equal except for him. He wants to be a little bit higher because, as I said before, everyone who has the same amount of power, literally everyone, that doesn't turn out too great. So there's going to be one higher up, Lavassman himself, and then everybody else is going to be on the same page. So it's nothing like America, where there's homeless veterans living on the street. They fought for our freedom, and now they're living on the street. Does that sound right? Probably for Democrats. I'm sorry if you're a Democrat, but I've seen so many Democrats who do not care about veterans, it is sad. Although I've seen Republicans not care for veterans either. So I guess it just depends on the person. It doesn't matter on your political party. Which, I don't like that I brought up the politicalness now. If you're a Democrat, that's great. If you're a Republican, that's great. If you're a liberal, that's great. I don't want to state which one I am, although I think I gave it away. I would like to steer away from the politics now, if that's okay. I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. So, Ryan helped me with the gates. I love how these turned out. I would not have been able to do that on my own because he is a wizard with redstone. And also, oh crap, that's not good. You can still shoot people. Okay, so you can shoot through this. You can throw blocks through it. So I tried making that wall there so you can't shoot arrows through. So if we get attacked by whatever, it's just being precautionary. The people wouldn't be able to get shot, like the residents. But clearly I have failed at that. So I'll fix that. I made it work on the other side. But I'll show you how the gate works. I cannot tell you how we made it, because I have no idea. Ooh, that was laggy. So it blends in with the floor exactly. I was thinking of making this cobblestone, but then it would kind of look a little bit strange because it would cut off the path. Now you may be thinking, why don't you just put something up there like cobblestone or something that you can't shoot through? Well, I don't want to because it looks very cool with the end rods, I think is what those are called. And we tried making end rods, or we successfully put the end rods on the floor, but there's an issue on that. You can walk through the end rods, so it's basically like iron bars, but you can walk through them. So that defeats the purpose of a gate entirely. I also put a glass wall around here, so nobody can, or no animal or no person can walk into the core anymore. And it's same on this side, although you can't shoot. You can only shoot over there, and you can only shoot over there with arrows. So if you're standing over there and you get shot, that's kind of your fault. I mean, if our guards see there's an attack coming, they'll sound the alarm. I need to put an alarm in here like I did on Inferno Ash. Actually, that was Ryan's doing. You know, that was me. So the alarm will sound, and if you're standing, like right here, and you get shot, that's your fault. Okay, now they can't shoot through. Alright, so we're secure on this side too. How long does it take for a block to despawn in a realm? Okay, I fixed it. It's a bit like a snake, but it's fixed. I entirely forgot how to get to the prison. So there's an entire process that you have to go through to get into the prison. That's pretty evasive. Not evasive, what's the correct word? Elaborate but simple? So cell 914, is it 914 or this one? Who are you? Oh gosh, I don't want to get stuck in there. I don't know who you are. What? Nobody's in 194. How'd they get out? Oh god, we're having a prison escape. Open. Oh, so we have buttons on the inside because the villagers are too stupid to press them and the door opens. We're saying that it's a defense system. Who are you? You're nobody. You don't have a name. Or maybe I just can't see your name because the roof is so low in this freaking place. Oh, you don't have names because this is a realm. So, what the heck? Why was that placed there? I also added little windows to the cells so you won't suffocate when you're sleeping. I'm going up here to read them because there are so many villagers in them, in the prison, that it's just constant humming and it's really annoying. So all of these books, except for, was it Greg Iser? Found innocent. Yeah, Greg Iser was set free, so he's back in Inferno Ash. But everybody else, so Wester Lurfy, I must not have been able to put any more, or his last name in there. We have Johansson. I've made these names, I can't even pronounce them. Magnum, I think that was a pun on Jonathan Mangum from Whose Line Is It Anyway? We have Mr. Quinn, who was most wanted. That was in one of the articles on InfernoAshIndustries.godaddy.com. It was under Department of Commission. It's underneath PT Photography Highlights. It's on one of the articles. It's about Quinn turning its back on Inferno Ash and helping out Glacia on the attack on Junior's Empire. We have Human Hider, which was a pun on like, you man, go hide her. Okay. And Joe Arthurford. I think he was arrested for arson? Oh, treason. Okay. So, if you treasonize Inferno Ash or Junior's Empire, you go away for a long time. So Wester Lurphy is in cell 914. He was arrested for defecating in the Firestar River, which is this river right here. And he was found guilty for, as I just said, and he, sentenced for 2 weeks. Scratch that, 4 weeks. Oh, okay. So he should have been sentenced for 2 weeks, but he had a fine of $50 and he was confirmed homeless and jobless, so he was unable to pay the fine. Sergeant Garrison. Who is that? I made that book and I don't even know who it was. So Johansson Magnum was arrested for domestic violence. He's currently in cell 119. He was found guilty, sentenced for 16 weeks, and that's it for him, I guess. I'll save Quinn for the last. Human Hider's in cell 206, and he was arrested for burglary. He was found guilty on December 4th. It is now, what is it, like the 13th? Yeah, it's now January 13th. Greg Iser's in cell 206. He was arrested for organized crime and treason on December 2nd. He was found innocent. He was arrested for it. He wasn't found guilty for it. I was going to say, if you were arrested for treason or found guilty on treason, how are you innocent? Joe Arthurford is in cell 119. He was arrested for treason on November 30th. He was found guilty on December 4th and sentenced for 543 years in prison. So he was an Infernian, so he's immune to immense heat, so he can't go through the hanging post over there. So finally, Mr. Quinn, arrested for blackmail. So he was responsible for Greg. He was responsible for Greg Iser. So he blackmailed Mr. Iser for organized crime and treason, trying to get him caught up rather than Mr. Quinn. Treason, organized crime, assault with a deadly weapon, breaking and entering, first-degree manslaughter, second-degree manslaughter, public disturbance, and indecent exposure on November 15th. He was arrested for all of that, and then he was found guilty for everything above on November 19th, and he was sentenced to 20,421 years in prison. You hear that, kids? Don't do bad things, or else you get sentenced for a millennia times 20.